Hey friends, welcome back to the Special Kind of Motherhood podcast. If you have been interested in learning more about herbs, specifically medicinal herbs, and you're wanting to learn either how to grow them, how to use them in your home, how to source them, all of those things, but you're not really sure where to get started or you're really looking for some resources, then today's episode is for you. I am going to share with you 6 different books that I have found very, very beneficial on my journey towards learning more about herbs and really just incorporating them into my daily life and into the products that I use in my home. So let's go ahead and get started.
Hi friend, do you dream of having a garden but you don't know where to start? Do you want to switch to more natural products but feel overwhelmed by all the options? Do you believe that a holistic lifestyle would help your special needs kiddo but you're daunted by all the information out there? Welcome to the Special Kind of Motherhood podcast, where you will learn how to work towards your dream for homesteading, gardening, and holistic living in small, simple steps that won't overwhelm you. Hi, I'm Ashley. I'm a wife, Jesus follower, and mom to some amazing kids. As some of my kids began experiencing health struggles and developmental delays, I decided it was time to switch to a holistic lifestyle. I quickly became stressed out and burnt out, feeling like I needed to change everything at once. I finally realized that I had to start making one small change at a time, then build from there. I learned to walk this holistic journey in a way that works for me and my family, without stress or overwhelm or constantly feeling like I wasn't doing enough. If you're ready to hear from another mama who understands what it's like to have no time and who can help you make changes towards better health for your family in a way that works for your specific life, then this is the podcast for you. Pop in your earbuds, reheat your coffee for the 3rd time, and let's do this.
Okay, so this is definitely not an exhaustive list. There are so many books out there about herbs that you can really just get access to. I have a long wish list of books that I want to get to add to my library. So these are just some of the books that I have found to be helpful. And again, like I said, there are lots of other books out there and lots of other resources. The Herbal Academy is actually a resource that I use to take various herb courses as well to grow my knowledge about herbs, and I found that to be very beneficial. So outside of books, there are other resources out there for you. Lots of YouTube channels. The Honeystead, I believe, I'll try to remember to link her YouTube channel below, but she has a lot of great information as well about herbs. But for today, let's focus on our books. So number 1 is called The Modern Herbal Dispensatory by Thomas Easley. And what I like about this is it has a lot of various recipes, and it also has how-tos on making your own remedies. So if this is something that you're wanting to learn about the herbs, but then also really have like a step-by-step walking you through how to start using these recipes in your home, I think this book is really good for that. I'll try to remember to link all of these books below so that you're not having to try to figure out if you're looking at the right book, if you're interested in it as well. Number 2 is called Backyard Medicine. This is by Julie Bruton Seal. Again, I'll probably pronounce these names wrong. But what I like about this is it's just a very simple book. So there are just a few basic herbs that have a lot of good details on these herbs, like what to use them for. Just goes in depth about these specific herbs. And in my opinion, it's really great when you're getting started because you may not want this huge book that talks about like 50 different herbs. Whereas with this book, what I find is it focuses on a lot of the more common that you would probably use and gives you some really great helpful information about how to use them, safety, what the benefits are, all of that. I really do find myself referencing this book pretty frequently. Number 3 is The Homesteader's Herbal Companion, and this is by Amy K. Fuel. And this is great for tips on using herbs in your home. So if you're looking for, I want to learn about the herbs, but I need these practical tips of how I can actually use these in my home, then I think this book is going to be great for you. Number 4 is Prepper's Natural Medicine by Kat Ellis. And this covers a pretty good variety of herbs, which is really nice if you're looking to expand your knowledge and you're looking to branch out. And also it has a lot of really good recipes in it. In my opinion, when it comes to herbs, I do want to learn about them, but I really like a book that is going to also walk me through how I can use them. So a book that has a lot of good recipes that really gives me a practical how-to and gives me the confidence to know, okay, this is actually, if I want to make a recipe with this herb, this is how I should do it. That's really what I'm looking for, because I'm very much like a hands-on. I want the experience. I want to read or hear or learn about it, but then I also need to really experience it myself, and having the confidence of a recipe that's showing me how specifically to do this really helps me to kind of have the ability to branch out and try these things, because I feel like, okay, I'm probably not going to waste all of my products when I'm following this recipe from this person who is an expert on this matter. So in my opinion, typically these books I'm going to recommend to you, they do have that aspect of giving you recipes as well. Number 5 is the Encyclopedia of Herbal Medicine. And this includes information on over 550 plants, along with tips for growing. So I think that this is really nice if you're wanting to grow your own herbs. So maybe you're thinking, okay, instead of just going to like my natural health food store and buying herbs in bulk, I would prefer to also start growing some of my own. Then I think that this book is really, really good. I also like that it covers such a wide variety of herbs, because in my opinion, it's kind of like a reference manual. So as you're growing in your knowledge, it's going to be one of those things that you're going to continually go back to and reference, just because it has such a wide variety of information in there. And as you're growing in your gardening skills and you're wanting to grow more herbs, you're going to be able to go back to that book and say, okay, now what exactly do I need to do in order to grow this herb? Which that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for valuable resources that I'm going to go back to time and again whenever I'm looking at spending my money on books. And number 6 is Peterson Field Guide to Medicinal Plants and Herbs. And this is by Stephen Foster. This book has very, very beautiful photos. So if you are the kind of person who maybe you're interested in wanting to learn how to wildcraft, you're wanting to go foraging, you are looking at learning how to identify plants on your own, then I think that this is an amazing resource, because it's going to give you the picture of the plant. And I often, like when we're out in nature, I'm always looking at stuff, trying to figure out what this is, what that is. And having the resource of having really beautiful photos with the description of how to identify this plant, I think is very, very helpful as you're looking at growing your foraging skills. Which, if we're being honest, if you're really wanting to try to use herbal medicine on a budget, being able to go and forage what's already around you for free can be a great way to have access to herbs without having to spend money. So in my opinion, it's something that I am not well versed in at all, but it is something that I'm really wanting to grow my knowledge in over the upcoming years, just because I think it really is a valuable resource. Being able to feel confident and have the knowledge to be able to gather the herbs around you and do something with them, I just really, it's something that I want to put some time into learning more about. But I think that this book can be a great way to start as well. So this is a super short episode. I hope it was helpful for you. If there is a book that you would recommend to me, I would love to hear. I'll add it to my wish list if it's not on there already. So come join us in our free Facebook community and share it with us there. You can find it at bit.ly/motherhood community or linked below in the show notes. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I'll see you back next time.
Hey Mama, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If so, would you take 30 seconds to share this with a friend who is wanting to live more holistically without the overwhelm? Also, don't forget to head over to Apple Podcasts to leave me a review. It blesses and encourages me to know that this show is helping you. All right, friends, it's time for me to go work in the garden and make some homemade bone broth. I will see you back next week.